my God, that's two of them.
From creatures pressing their claws against bedroom windows to 9-foot figures lurking in backyards that attacked family pets, these are the moments when people heard footsteps and everything changed.
Something just killed my dog.
Something killed your dog?
My dog went flying through the air over the tree. I don't know how it did it.
It was 2008 when a man called 911. His dog had just died, and the way it happened left him terrified. In East Texas, a man and his dog were relaxing at home, the exact location unknown. The dog had been calm for hours, but suddenly it started barking wildly. Then it ran outside, leaving the man on edge that something or someone was nearby. When the man went out to look for his dog, this is what he saw. A black figure was running around the property. At first, it sprinted along one side of the fence. Then it came back and hopped onto the fence with ease. At first, people thought it could just be a man, a stalker who panicked and ran off. But when the footage reached M.K. Davis, a Bigfoot researcher, he did a size comparison. No matter how he analyzed it, the figure was larger than any average human. He concluded the creature was easily about 9 feet tall. Of course, not everyone believed it. Some said it was just a man in a suit. Others were convinced it was Bigfoot. But one thing no one could explain was the size. To this day, the footage remains undebunked. A hiker was out in Colorado when he started hearing weird sounds. It almost felt like someone was following him. He didn't pay much attention, finished his hike, and went back home. But even then, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. So the very next morning, he went back. And this time, his fears came true.
Oh my God, that's two of them. Big one and a little one. They're just walking right through. I can't believe this.
2 creatures stood right in front of him. One looked like an adult, the other like a small child. They moved upright like humans, seemingly unaware of the man watching them. The terror was clear in his voice as he recorded for only a few seconds before leaving, convinced he'd never return to that place again. The creatures looked exactly like what people describe as Bigfoot. And when it comes to Colorado, these sightings aren't something new. Every now and then, people encounter such creatures. Still, there are people who wouldn't believe it. They say it could just be an animal, a bear, or something else that's pretty common in the area. But then again, no animal walks like this, can it? Back in 2023, a video was uploaded on YouTube claiming that a man had captured a werewolf in his home somewhere in Vietnam. Take a look. A creature that looked like a mix between a wolf and a man was captured on camera. It was screaming, making strange, unsettling sounds as the camera kept recording. Surprisingly, the YouTube channel where the video was uploaded has since been deleted. The reasons remain unknown. As soon as the video went live, people started debating what it was. Some said it was just a suit, others weren't so sure. But if we dig a little deeper into Vietnamese cryptid lore, we find something interesting. The Batutut. The Batutut is a legendary ape-like creature said to roam the remote forests of Vietnam. Described as standing upright, covered in hair, and making eerie vocalizations, it's been reported by locals for decades, especially in the Vu Quang region. Some believe it could be a surviving species of unknown primate. Others think it's pure folklore. The channel vanished, the uploader disappeared, but the footage is still out there. In January 2026, a woman was fast asleep in her room in Bluff Creek, California, a place known for being anything but normal. It was early morning when she felt something was off. As soon as she woke up, this is what she saw at her window. A terrifying creature stared back at her. Thick skin, frightening expression, and a long fingernail pressed against the glass, as if it would tear through at any moment. The creature stood there for a few seconds before disappearing. The woman said it made no sound. It came, watched, and left. No footprints, no trace, nothing. Now, Bluff Creek is already famous for the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot footage. But with this new sighting, people are more confused and scared than ever. Bluff Creek has a history of strange encounters, but this one might be the most unsettling yet. Silent, close, and gone without a trace. This next video is also from California. It was recorded a year ago in 2025, when a man was driving around and saw something that left him confused. Take a look. According to the man, he never concluded that what he was seeing was Bigfoot or any other cryptid, but it was the way it moved that confused him. And people in the comments agree. To be able to move that smoothly on such a steep incline, it doesn't seem humanly possible. But because the figure was so far away, it's hard to say for certain what it could be. Whether it was Bigfoot or something else, the way it climbed that slope wasn't normal, and that's what makes this footage so hard to dismiss. It was 2023 when a buried mason jar was discovered in one of the oldest homes in Cleburne County. Thinking it would contain old money or valuables, people excitedly dug it up. But what came next wasn't what anyone expected. Inside was a photograph. It showed a huge figure covered in hair from head to toe, standing upright with a wooden stick. The creature strangely resembled an old man, and right beside it stood a human being, a man almost half the creature's size. As soon as the picture was uploaded online, people freaked out. Was Bigfoot real? Was this picture real? Because this challenged the whole theory people had been living with, that Bigfoots try to stay hidden and never come near humans. Now, many people dismissed it as fake, claiming it was created using AI. But here's the thing. AI wasn't as common or advanced back in 2023, so that raises some questions. On February 3rd, 2026, a family was out in the snow having a good time with their dog. While recording memories on their phones, they captured something that left everyone in shock. This is what the video showed.
Be careful.
At first, the dog kept staring toward a certain spot in the trees. Then, at that exact spot, a creature-like figure appeared, almost gliding over the snow. The man recording thought it could be anything, maybe a rock. But after zooming in, it turned out to be a creature walking around and moving its arms. He realized it was quietly observing him, his family, and his dog. So he packed up and left. Later, he uploaded the video to YouTube, and that's when people started sharing their own stories. Some believed there might be more than one creature, since these beings are known for blending in. Others said it reminded them of their own encounters. One commenter wrote, "Had activity on my property when I first bought it. My dog kept sitting and stare sometimes directly at that area for 30 to 45 minutes. I never saw anything, but definitely my dog's behavior was irrefutable. Deer and other wildlife my dog would bark at, but when she'd sit and just stare, being completely quiet was actually creepy. Had an uneasy feeling of being watched." The family trusted their dog's instincts and left. And based on what they captured, that was probably the smartest decision they could have made. A man was at a convenience store in the middle of the night when he saw something strange. Take a look. At first, two glowing eyes appeared inside a car on the driver's seat. As the man kept zooming in and watching, the seat dropped, or maybe the figure did. And that's when things got even creepier, because when it dropped down, the top of a head appeared, like a bald man staring back. The video cuts off right after, leaving us wondering what it could have been. Whether it was a trick of the light or something paranormal, one thing's certain, that car wasn't as empty as it seemed. Back in 2022, a CCTV camera mounted to watch for robbers or stalkers captured something no one had ever expected. Take a look. At first, it looks like two people walking, and that's what many thought when they first saw the video. But when the footage zooms in, we see the figures were walking strangely. They had faces like humans, but the way they moved said something else entirely. It wasn't even like a typical animal. And then there was the fact that the entire time they were visible on camera, they appeared blurry and grainy, like the camera malfunctioned, but only around the figures. Everything else in the frame was perfectly clear. When the camera glitches only around certain figures, you have to wonder, was it a technical issue, or were they something the lens wasn't meant to capture? It was December 29th, 2024, when a group of friends were out in Canada for work. While they were busy, they noticed something strange happening with the trees in the distance.
Something happened over there. There's the trees there.
At first, everything seems normal, but then the man senses something happening behind the trees. And that's when we see it. The tree moves on its own, as if someone lifted it up from the ground and carried it away. But of course, a normal human being doesn't have that kind of strength. So who or what could do it? The uploader was convinced it was definitely a Bigfoot, but there are other possibilities to consider as well. There's a tree called Socratea exoriza, also known as the walking palm, found in Ecuador's rainforests. This tree is famous for appearing to shift its position over time. It grows stilt-like roots that spread outward, and as old roots die off and new ones grow towards sunlight, the tree can move up to 1 meter per year. However, this tree is native to Central and South America, not Canada, and it doesn't move instantly like what was shown in the footage. So walking palm trees don't exist in Canada, and humans can't lift trees like that, then what really moved that tree across the forest floor? It was 2019 when a family was driving around somewhere in Russia. The daughters sitting in the back seat were recording the sunset when this happened. At first, they saw something moving in the bushes, but as they slowed the car down, the creature started charging toward them, making everyone freak out. They drove as fast as they could to get away. This happened multiple times before the family decided to just leave the creature alone and drive off before the situation got even scarier. The video has been investigated by many researchers, and none have been able to prove it as a hoax. One investigator noted, "Strangely enough, there is a point where the specimen makes a motion with its arms that is reminiscent of a large bird spreading out both its wings, which looks nearly identical to another Russian Bigfoot encounter video where the specimen appears to be almost laterally leaping across the screen in the wooded distance, displaying the same mannerisms with its arms." There is also a point in this video where the creature makes a quick and smooth movement to its right via a distinct right shoulder and head ducking maneuver that is eerily similar to the retreating motion displayed in the Pennsylvania white Bigfoot encounter video. When the same unusual movements appear across multiple unrelated videos from different countries, it becomes harder to dismiss them as coincidence. This video was broadcast on a Russian news station in November 2018. The report claimed that a car accident on Lipkinsky Highway was caused by a Bigfoot sighting. Take a look.
Нам что-то прибежало. Что это? Ты снимаешь, что это? Что это такое? Ты снимаешь?
The video was filmed from inside a passenger car, likely on a cell phone. Although the creature is far away, it appears to show a bipedal figure running through the snow, covered in dark fur and massive compared to the surrounding trees. Many people immediately compared it to the infamous Russian Yeti, but others were skeptical, asking questions like, why wouldn't they go and film the tracks? Anybody else in the world would. A news station reported it, witnesses filmed it, but nobody went back to check for tracks, and that's what keeps this sighting shrouded in mystery. On February 6, 2026, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch was sent a photograph. It came from a hunter who had recently taken down a deer. While taking a picture with his newest hunt, he found something terrifying. Behind him in the photo was a figure, almost like a creature crouching on the ground, trying to stay hidden behind a tree. It appeared to be peeking at the fresh pile of guts, waiting for the hunter to leave so it could claim them. Many people said it could just be a mountain lion, but mountain lions don't crouch like that, and they don't grip trees the way this creature seemed to. And this wasn't the first time something like this had happened in the same area. Just that same month, another couple in the area had taken a selfie. When they reviewed the photos later, they saw a face right behind them, staring straight at the camera. The face didn't look human. It didn't look like a mountain lion or any other known animal. When two separate encounters happen in the same area within weeks, you start to wonder, what's really watching people in those woods? A man was driving through a remote area when he came across a train crossing. He stopped as a train could be heard nearby, but he didn't expect what was about to come. Take a look.
Well, that ain't good. Don't know who's running that, but I mean, yeah.
At first, no one is visible in the train at all. It almost looks like the train is driving itself. People came up with explanations, saying maybe it's a closed line being sent back to the beginning with some kind of automatic system. But then, as the train moved away, the man moved his camera toward it. That's when we see a scary face, or possibly a figure, in the back of the train. That, of course, had no explanation except that it could just be imagination. What do you think? A man was out kayaking alone, deep in the open ocean. He'd heard people talking about strange things happening out there, mysterious voices, unknown sea creatures. So he went looking for answers, and he found exactly what he was searching for.
Alright, so I just had to take this alive because y'all always complaining about me not getting no good footage or clear footage. I'm out in the middle of the ocean. But I'm about to go home because y'all got me fucked up, bro. I'm hearing noises out here, and I know I'll be out here looking for these shits for y'all, but I am not with no mermaids, bro. I'm out, bro.
As he paddled farther from shore, something disturbing started happening. He began hearing a terrifying sound. It was almost like a melody, echoing across the water, but it didn't feel right. It felt like it was coming from something hidden beneath the surface. Completely alone and shaken, he didn't stick around to find out what it was. He turned back and got out of there as fast as he could. Some people think the sound could have been a mermaid trying to lure sailors with her song. Others believe it might have been a siren, creatures from legend known for using music to lead people to their deaths. What do you think? Was it a mermaid, a siren, or something else entirely? A man was out hiking when he noticed a dark shadow following him. He started walking faster, but the shadow kept appearing nearby. He pulled out his phone and started recording. This is what he saw.
I see it. It's right there.
Run! A huge figure could be seen crouching down on the ground, as if trying to blend in with the wilderness. But the dark fur and massive build made it stand out. The hiker, out of breath and terrified, recorded it for just a moment before running for his life. We don't know if he made it out safely, as nothing about that is mentioned, but considering the video made it to us, he probably did.
From terrifying wild animal encounters to unsettling footage of Bigfoot stalking you from the woods, and even a rare clip of cow abducting aliens, if you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we delve into each mysterious capture.
Whoa!
I have a deep appreciation for trail cams, as they provide us with unique perspectives of dense woods that would be otherwise impossible to observe in person. Recently, I came across trail camera footage collected from a Canadian forest where multiple cameras were strategically placed to study the deer population. While the majority of the clips depicted deer peacefully grazing and enjoying their surroundings, there was one particular recording that captured something quite strange. Amidst the serene scenes of deer in the forest, a tall black figure emerged in one of the camera frames. This enigmatic entity appeared humanoid, shrouded in thick black fur, and was only visible for a brief moment before vanishing into the wilderness. Some online viewers have dubbed this mysterious creature the mountain beast, yet I can't help but wonder if its appearance aligns more closely with the legendary Bigfoot. This intriguing video comes from Dettifoss Waterfall in Iceland, showcasing a captivating yet strange sight. Uploaded on Instagram, the footage initially captures the breathtaking rush and power of the waterfall. However, a few seconds into the video, a small dark creature enters the frame, climbing over the cliff's edge with unusual movements. This mysterious being, seemingly a blend of lizard-like features and a humanoid body, draws attention with its distinctive appearance. Its movements suggest a deliberate attempt to either avoid the camera or perhaps engage in some form of stalking on the camera operator. Remarkably, the camera person remained oblivious to the creature's presence during filming, only discovering it upon reviewing the footage. The creature's skin exhibits a rough texture, adding to its strange nature. While speculations lean towards it being a cryptid, the true identity of this creature remains uncertain. We all cherish a gentle breeze, offering a soothing touch on our faces. However, when the weather takes a turn for the worse, the wind can transform from a pleasant experience to a potentially scary force, rivaling the impact of an earthquake. In a video captured by a homeowner through his window, the scene unfolds in his front yard, where two resilient trees stand against the formidable wind. The person behind the camera remarks that the wind feels like it's reaching an incredible speed of 100 miles per hour.
This is easy 100-mile-an-hour winds.
A claim supported by the evident struggle the trees face. Despite their initial resistance, the trees succumb to the immense pressure of the relentless wind.
Oh, our tree's gone! We lost 2 trees! Both. Our front yard is gone.
One by one, they topple over, leaving the homeowner to inform his family that their yard, once adorned with these trees, is now empty. The video captures the terrifying sight of nature's force, prompting reflections on the unpredictability of the wind and the potential dangers it poses. Here's another intriguing video captured by a trail camera, featuring a wild forest creature attempting to interact with it. As the video commences, a hairy figure fills the frame, completely obstructing the view. The creature engages with the camera, suggesting either a curious interest or an attempt to consume it as it fiddles with the device, moving it around. After a period of interaction, the creature eventually exits the frame, bringing the video to an end. While some viewers speculate that this might be the elusive Bigfoot, my interpretation differs. Upon closer observation, as the creature departs, its paw comes into view, resembling that of a bear. Additionally, the fur on the creature closely matches the characteristics of a brown bear. Hence, it seems more plausible that the creature captured on camera was indeed a bear, rather than the mythical Bigfoot, as suggested by some viewers. Back in 2014, a video surfaced on the internet that seemed straight out of a horror movie, gaining considerable popularity. Captured by a police officer's head camera, the footage begins with the officer armed and ready to enter a building, clearly on a mission or responding to a call. As the officer explores the rooms along a long hallway, an unsettling event unfolds. In the distance down the hallway, something on the ceiling starts charging towards the officer. The officer, caught off guard, reacts with terror, screaming, and fleeing as the video abruptly concludes. The creature in question appears humanoid and reminiscent of the mythical figure known as the Rake, moving in an eerie manner along the ceiling. Despite the chilling nature of the footage, I think it could be fake. I did a thorough search on the internet with no corroborating information, leading to speculation that the video might be a promotional stunt for a horror movie or video game. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine something more terrifying than just spotting a strange creature in the forest when you're alone. How about being stalked by one? Well, that's exactly what happened to this tracker. In the video he recorded during his forest venture, dense woods stretch out in front of us, and there's something enormous and black directly staring at the camera. This mysterious figure moves slowly, evident from the falling snow as it shifts. It's covered in thick black fur, and its head shape leans towards the humanoid side. To many, it resembled the classic description of a Bigfoot. Despite the eerie encounter, the tracker courageously heads towards the spot where the creature was seen, providing a closer look. That's a pretty bold move considering the size and strangeness of the creature lurking in the forest. During an afternoon walk in the woods, a couple experienced an unexpected twist when the boyfriend decided to playfully howl. To their shock, a scream echoed back from the depths of the forest.
Do you think it was a person?
Whoa!
I'm like shaking right now. Okay. That scared me. I don't know. Shh.
Unlike a playful response, this growl carries an animalistic tone, leaving the couple bewildered. The eerie sound doesn't match any known animal, adding to the mystery. Feeling a bit terrified, the couple decides to make a hasty retreat from the area. The speculation arises, could this mysterious howl be from a Bigfoot, interpreting the boyfriend's howl as a challenge or threat call? This footage dates back to 1993, capturing a shocking event that fueled skepticism about the existence of aliens. In the video, a serene green field is the backdrop for several cows peacefully grazing. However, things take a bizarre turn when a cow from the distant group starts levitating towards the sky in a straight line, as if something is pulling it upward. As the camera pans towards the sky, a large, bright object shaped like a plate comes into view. The cow disappears into this object, which then rapidly takes off. The following day, the lifeless body of the cow was discovered in a nearby field, seemingly drained of blood. The media interviewed ranch and farm owners in the vicinity, and many expressed anger and frustration about the apparent abduction. One farmer took an unusual precaution, adding antlers to his cows to disguise them as bucks, hoping to deter aliens from abducting them. While the video could be interpreted as a parody, if genuine, it challenges the beliefs of those who deny the existence of extraterrestrial encounters. A video recently surfaced on a TikTok account called Mystery Flies, claiming to capture the sighting of a Bigfoot just outside a camper's tent. In the footage, shot through a small mesh opening of the camp, a large dark brown creature is visible. When the creature turns its gaze toward the tent, an unsettlingly humanoid face is revealed, a massive figure that seems like a cross between an ape and a human. The uploader asserts that they stopped recording when they felt the creature had noticed them, prompting it to run off. The video appears convincing, with intricate details that make CG manipulation unlikely. However, the lingering question is, what was the Bigfoot doing so close to a human campsite? Was it in search of food? Or could there be more sinister motives behind its presence? This TikTok video unfolds a gamer's worst nightmare. From a nanny cam, we witness a kid engrossed in playing virtual reality games, completely unaware of the eerie happenings in the room's corner. A transparent, ghost-like figure with hair on its head and a translucent lower body is seen moving from one corner to the side, eventually standing still, seemingly observing the boy. After a brief pause, the ghost figure moves out of the frame, and the video concludes. The chilling aspect is that the boy remains oblivious to being stalked. The spectral appearance gives off vibes of a child ghost, with only the hair visible and the rest of the body appearing transparent. What adds to the mystery is the uncertainty of the gaming environment. Is this the boy's home, a hospital, or perhaps an office? The video leaves us with more questions than answers. Cameras are typically installed to provide a sense of security, but sometimes the footage they capture can have the opposite effect. In a video from 2015, taken by a house security camera, the focus is on the backyard door. After a few seconds, something peculiar starts moving in the frame. A figure that initially resembles a strange humanoid but gradually transforms into a shadowy form before completely vanishing into thin air. Remarkably, the figure doesn't reach the back door. It disappears before getting there. The mysterious nature of its appearance and disappearance suggests a ghostly presence. The fact that this occurred at 2 in the morning adds an eerie touch, as it's often believed that otherworldly beings are most active during the late hours. The video circulating on the internet depicting a creepy woman standing on a footpath has indeed sparked fear among viewers. Many claim to have seen the same woman in their neighborhoods, intensifying the sense of terror. In the footage, the cameraman walks along the footpath, initially capturing a seemingly normal-looking woman. However, as the camera focuses on her face, the atmosphere takes a chilling turn. The woman's eyes appear dark and malevolent, and her mouth looks obscured, contributing to an eerie appearance. The way she stares and smiles at the camera sends shivers down the spine, creating an overall aura of darkness and evil. Imagining encountering her on a street in the middle of the night is undoubtedly a haunting thought. This video comes from a news channel report shedding light on Wintergreen police addressing Bigfoot sightings. The reporter shares images of supposed Bigfoot sightings, emphasizing that they were captured by Wintergreen locals, claiming to have encountered the elusive creature. The first image shows a tall black figure with an irregular and seemingly fake body, leading the reporter to suggest it might be a prank. While the report laughs off the authenticity of the first image, the second picture appears more convincing. In this photo, a Bigfoot-like creature is seen walking on a rail track. Its body resembles that of an ape, but the humanoid bend of its legs adds an intriguing twist. The creature's texture and the seamless integration with its surroundings make it less likely to be CG, adding to its credibility for the potential legitimacy of the sighting. If you find yourself traveling on a desolate forest road at night, you might just stumble upon something strange. And that's exactly what happened to this person. In a video captured on a car dash cam, the vehicle is navigating a dark forest road when a massive, strange creature comes into view at a distance. Upon closer inspection, slowing down the video and zooming in, the creature appears huge and oddly dinosaur-like. It boasts 2 remarkably thin and large hind legs, while 2 small front legs seemingly hang in the air as it walks, reminiscent of a dinosaur. Now, we all know dinosaurs are supposed to be ancient history, so the big question arises, is it some sort of cryptid, or have we been mistaken about dinosaurs going extinct? The mystery deepens. There are times when the paranormal becomes your reality and nightmarish stuff happens. And this is exactly what happened to these guys who were driving out at night with the sole purpose of having fun. They had heard before that a scary ghost usually stands at the same spot on the side of the road every night at the exact same time. However, what they did not know was that they are about to see the terrifying sight themselves. As they move forward, a human-like figure appears into sight. It looks like a person wearing a red-colored top, but when you look at its face, it resembles more of a skeleton than a human being. According to the man, the sight was enough to drain the blood off his feet, and they all got goosebumps all over their bodies. What do you think that was? A true encounter with a lost soul, forever cursed to haunt that road. This clip was recorded in the World War II tunnels, which have been abandoned for years. Way below the surface, where radiation levels rise way above average, a small group of people went into these old tunnels to test radiation levels. The camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower level of the tunnels. I have to remark just the bravery you'd need to have just to willingly go into such a terrifying looking place, not to mention the radiation. The deepest part of the tunnel can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. Minutes into the clip, we spot something that would shock anyone. According to the people heading down there, they have seen such sights before, and it is due to the radiation levels that the ghosts of the soldiers start to appear in that place. And truth be told, seeing all the environment and the history of the place, it can be true that the spirits of soldiers wander there still. I have heard of many places that are haunted by long-gone soldiers. This might be one of them. What do you think? Looking quite usual, this picture can haunt anyone for years. It might seem just an innocent-looking picture of a few friends taking a group photo. But if you focus on the background, you will spot something disturbing. We can see two hands appearing from the door in the scariest way possible. They do not look natural. The girls were having a night out and a good time, taking all the pictures with the camera. It wasn't until later that they decided to see all the photographs that they noticed the creepy sight right behind them. The hands do not resemble a human's hand, considering the longer fingers and the sharp nails. Moreover, the hands make it quite obvious that whoever they belong to is a tall being, considering it better to just hide in the darkness. According to the girls, they have never seen anything like this before, and never have they felt any paranormal entity in their house. This was apparently the first and the last time this happened. Personally, if something like this happens to me, I definitely won't be able to sleep in the same house ever. An unexplained phenomenon occurred at a farm in Baotou, China, a couple of years ago, when a flock of sheep began moving in a circular pattern for the better part of 12 days straight. According to the sheep's owner, the procession began with just a handful of sheep until hundreds more started joining in. The reason behind this mysterious phenomenon remained unknown, with everyone on YouTube coming up with their own theories. Some even said that the sheep had a disease or something. If anyone watching has any idea why they are doing that, please share in the comments. Would you ever believe that millions of years ago, the world was being walked by giants? Dinosaurs we have heard about, but giants are not something we get to witness every day. When a man came across this huge footprint on a rock, he was shocked to the core. As later the geologists got there and studied it, they found out the footprint was around 200 million to 3 billion years old. The 4 feet long footprint easily signals to the existence of giants so many years ago. However, there are also people who claim that it was not a long-gone race of giants, but some other branch of the human species, one which was way more gigantic than us. Could this also explain the existence of Bigfoot? If once there were giants, could there still be around some remnants or descendants of these giants? Maybe this is where the giant myths come from. There is no doubt that the footprint is legit. We just lack more evidence to come to a concrete conclusion. What's your opinion on it? Imagine on a stormy night, with rain falling heavily everywhere and thunder echoing the surroundings. You wake up and go to the window to see what's happening, but you encounter something that will not let you sleep for the night to come. A dark figure, covered in black clothes, holding an umbrella, standing very still right in front of your house. Apparently, it looks like a woman, but what exactly will a normal human being be doing right in the middle of such a strong storm, right? The man recording the clip was terrified to the core, but thankfully, he had it all recorded on his camera. He later uploaded the clip on YouTube, hoping to find an explanation. However, no one ever could give any. Could it be just a crazy person standing there in the rain? Or is it something more sinister? This clip was recorded in 2014 when a woman, while recording the decorations for Christmas, accidentally laid her eyes on a scary black figure wandering around in their area. Not being able to believe what she just saw, she went out with her husband to get a clear view, and the figure was still there. Although they were at a safe distance, considering the height and the physique of the figure, no place was safe. They stood there for a few minutes and the figure was still there, walking around in the woods. By appearance, it definitely looked like a Bigfoot. And thankfully, it did not notice the family keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, the situation would have been way worse. About the clip being genuine or not, nothing can be said, because it has been recorded from a distance, thus it could easily be just a man who looks like a Bigfoot. But you should always be careful, you might not know what lurks in your area. This video clearly shows that sometimes us recording all these animals by being so close to them is not something they appreciate, and it makes them freak out too. The video begins with a bunny hopping around in the darkness. Suddenly, the camera focuses on a bizarre sight, two disembodied legs sprinting across the screen, vanishing into the darkness as abruptly as they appeared. These legs scurry down the street in an uncanny way, seemingly detached from any torso. As it was uploaded on the internet, the video left viewers shocked and bewildered by the weird sight. As the legs vanish into the shadows, a young boy emerges, seemingly retrieving his rabbit. Comparing the boy's height to the leg size, they appear disproportionately small, hinting at the possibility of it being a cryptid. However, the footage could also be a prank, with a kid cleverly using his pants to create the illusion of disembodied legs. What do you think? Prank, a ghost, or something else? Years after years of people talking about the stories of the infamous Bigfoot, and it is hardly ever we see concrete evidence proving its existence. But this clip serves as one of the best videos which shows how these creatures might actually be real, and just hiding away from us so perfectly. These hikers were on their way to conquer the mountain paths when they sensed something weird around them, as if someone was watching them. Scared, they looked around to find this creature not so far from them, staring straight into their souls. The creature's appearance fit the definition of a Bigfoot, so the question remains, is this a real Bigfoot, or is this something else more scary and more terrifying than that? And why is it standing so still? Let us set the scene. A group of friends venture off on a camping expedition. Setting up camp in the middle of nowhere, the site is surrounded by a large forest and is extremely isolated. What started off as a fun night away turns into something way more sinister when a series of blood-curdling screams begin to pierce the still night air.
We're like or something. That was a female screaming, Phil. Please, please, please. No.
The screams are chilling to hear. It is as if someone is in great pain or is being attacked. The men venture out with their flashlights to investigate the source of the commotion, but there is nothing there or visible to them to explain the origin of the sound. You'll want your headphones for this. As the men investigate further, it is evident. They have set up targets for practice, one of which is missing. The nightmarish screams continue, and it is unclear where they are emanating from.
On the ground.
They notice that one of the bottles that was hung for target practice is now lying on the floor and has been replaced by something else hanging from a rope. It is a crudely made corn husk doll. Usually, the dolls were simply childhood playthings, but in this context, hanging from a rope, it seems way more disturbing. A symbol of the harvest, the corn husk doll is also used to ward off evil. Is it possible that it is related to the screaming coming from the forest. Whatever is out there sounds as if it is enduring an unimaginable horror. Even though the men are armed with rifles, they don't stick around to find out what that horror is.
Oh, no.
Recorded somewhere in Russia, this 15 seconds long video gave the world another concrete evidence of the existence of the creatures known as Bigfoots. The man who recorded it all said it was the most terrifying experience of his whole life. He was on his way to collect some wood logs when he started hearing heavy footsteps nearby. Scared, he hid behind the tree waiting to see what it was, and this is what he recorded: a gigantic creature walking not so far from the man in the woods. Unlike the previous clip, this creature had rather brownish hair on its body, or it could be due to the trees which it was behind. The creature had a man-like appearance and walk, but was too huge to be one, making us all think it was a Bigfoot. It wouldn't be possible for an average human to look this gigantic. Could this be a costume made this way, or is this the real deal? What do you think? This picture was captured in June 2021 and features an octopus with a lot more legs than one would expect. After all, the name octopus comes from octo, meaning 8. Titled as the mutant octopus, the photograph went viral over the internet, where everyone had their own theories as to what could have exactly happened to this octopus. For some, it was due to humans dumping toxic wastes into the water that has caused this animal a mutation and ruined its life. And for others, it was a result of a random mutation. However, with no response from the experts, nothing could be said for sure. But I do have to wonder, deep in the dark oceans, are there any gigantic creatures with so many tentacles? Recorded and uploaded a couple of years ago, this clip serves as the ultimate testament to a mother's love. The chicken, with not just its own babies, but some goslings as well, gets alert as it sees a cobra sneaking up to it. At first, it tried making the cobra leave without coming near the babies, but the snake wasn't so easy to handle. As it slithers closer and closer to the little chicks, the mother knew she had to leave with all the little ones and get somewhere safer. One by one, little by little, she got all the little ones out of the danger zone and tried her best to keep the cobra away from attacking even a single one of the babies, all the while making sure she herself does not get bit. It looks like no big deal to us maybe, but the way the chicken stood up in front of a potential enemy who could easily devour it was something only a mother can do, and I am for sure impressed by her courage and skill. Known as the nightcrawlers, or also the cryptids, creatures of Mexican folklore, have gained so much popularity online that it's joined the ranks of Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Mothman. And this clip records not just one, but 2 of these descending down a hill. Fortunately, captured by a camera mounted nearby in Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. When uploaded on the internet, this clip had everyone in shock and wondering if the nightcrawlers were actually real. This video is what sparked the rise of speculation over the cryptid, inspiring many people on YouTube to discuss legend. To some, the video looked real, and to others, it looked edited and altered for the sole purpose of pranking others. To me, the video looks like an edited one, but if you consider it being so old, editing of the clips was not as efficient as it is now, so that would mean there is a little chance of it being real too. The owners of this cabin thought it would be enough to lock the wooden door while going out to prevent burglars or animals from entering. However, this bear had other plans in its mind. It knocked down the door so that it could enter the cabin. After it was done opening the door in the most violent way, it entered and investigated a little bit without going overboard. A few seconds inside, we can see that the bear was still standing near the door and was not interested in causing any more damage to the cabin, as it had already done enough. The video ended right there, so we could not know if the bear was still standing there waiting for the owners to come back. As this man heard some noise coming from his front door, he went to check what it was and found this little fawn standing at the door looking straight towards him. At first, the man thought maybe the baby needs some help or has gotten lost or something. But seeing that its ears weren't curled or anything, which little deer do when they are scared or in need of help, the man knew it wasn't lost, and probably its mother was nearby, so he did not mess with it. An orphaned fawn will quickly develop signs of distress indicating that it's in trouble. Dehydration will be visible within a day or so, and is indicated by curling of the ears, ruffling of the fur, and dulling of the eyes, so this meant the baby was all fine and healthy, and there was nothing to worry about. The man closed the door, hoping its mother would return soon or call for it to come back, and the baby would then be safe with its mama. There are people who take their hobbies to the next level, but then there are people who take things they love to such extremes that they sometimes end up risking their own lives. Take this clip, for instance. This man was swimming under a thick layer of ice all over the lake with the help of his friends. His goal was to get in the water from one spot where they had created an opening and then swim to the next spot where his other friend was waiting for him. But as he started swimming and was about to reach the second opening, he lost the sense of direction and was left stranded under the thick layer of ice for a few moments. Until he realized he could use the rope he had to get back to the initial spot that he got inside the water from, and that's how he got out all safe and sound. It looks like one terrifying experience to me. This man saw a fish right on the shore, and he saw that the fish had a little life left in it. So he tried helping and gave it a little push so that it can go back into the lake and get the oxygen and water it needs. Little did he know, or the fish knew, a gator was right near them, waiting for the right moment to attack. As soon as the man backed off after pushing the fish in the water, the gator attacked and ate the whole fish in one go, leaving the man and whoever was with him terrified to the core. What if for 1 second we imagined that the gator was after them and not the fish? It could have ended up really badly. This Ring camera recorded a sweet and hilarious scene when a bear is spotted coming up to the front door of this house. The woman got an alert saying someone was at the door, and it was 5:30 in the morning. She woke up all worried, wondering who it could be so early. And then she saw this. The bear at first investigated the doormat for a few moments until he decided that it could be the ultimate sleeping rug for it and slept on it, later changing the position and sleeping exactly like how my cat does. The bear slept there like it was the safest place on earth and where it could sleep with no danger ever touching it. These three friends were on their way in the middle of the night when they spotted someone walking by the roadside. As they drove past him, it took them seconds to realize it wasn't a real man. According to one of the friends, it could be a hitchhiker, but the way it walked and the way his head was not so symmetrical and his appearance, they could tell it was not a normal person. Plus, what would someone be doing in the middle of the night, right? He wasn't even signaling them to stop. He just kept walking the creepiest way possible. Moreover, take a look at his legs. They look all twisted, but he does not indicate to struggle walking. So to have another look, they turned the car around and went towards the same route to see who he was, but to their surprise, there was no sign of a human being there at all, leaving them scared and shocked by what they had just witnessed. According to many people, it could be a shapeshifter in the form of a hitchhiker looking for people who stop to give a lift and become his victims. And I cannot agree more. Recorded by a security camera in 2021, this clip recorded a family coming back from somewhere and going inside their house after locking the gate and everything. As they are inside, moments pass and we see a big bear and a small one taking a stroll on the same path and going down the hill just from where the family came. Everything appears to be normal until now, with no sign of any kind of chaos or anything. But after a few minutes, the woman comes out of the house with a bag in her hand and goes down the hill where the bears just went to. And as expected, she comes running back towards the house and somehow manages to lock the door and get inside the house safely, just as the bears are about to reach her. Thankfully, this did not end up as a tragedy, but a close call only. On the afternoon of 3 July 2019, a violent explosive event affected the entire crater terrace of Stromboli volcano in southern Italy, generating 2 pyroclastic flows that advanced across the sea beyond the coastline. The clip was recorded by a woman on a boat and then later uploaded on the internet. It has gained about 12 million views till today and continues to shock people by the massive impact the eruption had and the exact moment how it started. However, one more thing people on YouTube could not help but admire was the excellent job of staying calm and steadily recording by the woman. Timing was incredible. I'm sure volcanologists across the globe will want a copy for history for study. This clip was recorded in 2019, and it shows a woman standing on the corner of the house, seeing the coyote wandering around in the backyard. The coyote went towards the backside, and moments later we saw 2 little kids coming towards the same spot. As they are involved in investigating the area, considering the curious nature the kids mostly have, they are unaware of a potentially dangerous animal so close to them. The coyote spots the little girl and runs straight towards her. But thankfully, instead of dragging the little one with it, the animal runs off only after giving the kid a little warning of how dangerous it could have been. And all this happened while the woman who knew about the coyote was still standing there with no reaction to it at all. Neither did she try to stop the kids from going there, nor did she run to help the poor kid. Talk about an irresponsible adult. Recorded in 2014, in a mortuary, this clip terrified anyone and everyone who saw it. As soon as it was uploaded on YouTube, it gained thousands of views, scaring everyone to the core. And I don't blame them. Even to me, it looks quite scary. With the dead body of a person left behind, it can be very clearly seen how his soul left his body. While to some people, it was just an edited video, and there was nothing real about it. To others, it was the ultimate proof of the existence of the soul and the afterlife. A wildlife enthusiast in Vancouver, in British Columbia, decided to set up a trail camera to investigate a deer carcass to see if it would attract any animals at nighttime, just yards from her house, only to find this terrifying picture. The wildlife cam reveals 2 scantily clad women squatting beside the carcass. Their faces are covered with long black hair. What's really horrifying is one of the women seems to be reaching for the carcass with long webbed fingers. These pictures have caused a wave of speculation, and even some have suggested that it could be witches, or even worse, walking demons. Were they feasting on the carcass? The picture becomes more sinister when we spot a man's boot next to one of the women. Although the man's upper body can't be seen, it is weird that he is there. What could be his association with the 2 uncanny women? Could it be that the women were being forced to do this by that man? Or could the man be one of them and also wouldn't mind taking a bite? When I saw the boots of the man, surrounded by these crazy women, I could only think of the ritualistic cult of Charles Manson. Is this something similar in our days? a TikToker who posts videos of strange events happening around her home, was startled at the sound she heard while putting her chicks away in the pen.
What the fuck?
The sound coming from the forest was like an animal's cry for help. And so she shined her torchlight into the woods while recording. She captures a white figure next to a tree. At first glance, it wasn't there, but when she circled back to look in the same direction, her camera was able to capture a thin white figure at the left side of a tree. The strangest thing was that the figure disappeared after being out of the camera's recording range. Could it be that the mysterious white figure was making those eerie sounds in the forest? Or could it have scared an animal in the woods and caused it to make the bizarre sound? The video quality may be a bit low, but it captures a truly unsettling moment. It starts with the cameraman recording the underside of his vehicle, prompted by strange noises from the parking lot. While inspecting the car, he unintentionally captures a small creature darting across the frame, leaving the recorder visibly startled. Upon regaining composure, the man records another glimpse of the creature attempting to hide beneath a distant white car. The atmosphere becomes tense, and the man, now genuinely frightened, decides to make a swift exit. The video concludes abruptly. Upon freezing the frame when the creature is visible, its humanoid appearance is evident, yet its head shape appears somewhat alien. Notably, the creature's body is entirely devoid of hair. Whatever this entity is, I hope that it doesn't choose to take refuge under their car at night. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in. When we think of frogs, we often picture them as lazy, chubby creatures just sitting around, right? But have you ever seen them hunting? This video comes from a house in Florida and was recorded by a family member. In the footage, we see a view of a glass window, and on it, a large moth is strolling. The woman behind the camera is capturing this scene when suddenly, a frog jumps and attacks the moth. The frog swiftly bites the upper body of the moth, and half of it ends up in the frog's mouth. Witnessing this unexpected attack, the woman recording the video becomes surprised and fascinated.
Oh my god! I am filming!
Following the capture, the frog holds the moth in its mouth, and the internal liquid from the moth drips all over the glass window. Personally, I find the way the frog clings and holds onto the moth during all of this quite fascinating and intriguing. After watching this video, it becomes evident that frogs are not creatures to underestimate. I always express my fondness for trail cameras because they capture things that are not easily visible in the forest. This particular trail camera recorded something quite intriguing. Initially set up high on a tree to monitor the local bear population, it ended up capturing a large humanoid figure moving on the ground. This figure was enormous and covered in thick black fur. At first glance from above, it resembled a gorilla, but considering the location in Canada, some viewers believe it could be a sighting of the legendary Bigfoot. I share the same perspective and find it fascinating. Bigfoot, if it is indeed the creature captured in the video, is known for avoiding human contact and staying hidden. The fact that this camera, positioned high above, managed to capture such a sighting adds an extra layer of intrigue to the story. We've only explored 5% of our ocean, leaving the remaining 95% yet to be discovered. This makes me wonder about the creatures that might inhabit that unexplored part, and this video provides a glimpse. Uploaded by a TikTok account called Nature is Intense, it features footage of a rare aquatic creature resembling a peculiar eel. This creature has an unusual naked body with 2 tiny arms and a head shaped like a crocodile. Its body is long, similar to an eel, but its swimming behavior is strange, using its hands and then its body in a way I've never seen in any other aquatic creature. I'm not sure what this creature is, so if any of you viewers can identify it, please share in the comments. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This video originates from Brazil, showcasing villagers capturing a weird creature. In the footage, a group of people gathers around this mysterious being. As the cameraman approaches, everything about the creature appears strange and unusual. It possesses naked skin with a texture resembling a giant larva, but with 2 large eyes on its head. Additionally, it has 2 arms. But strangely, there are no hands at the end. The lower body is even stranger than the head, an upper body resembling something out of an alien movie. The creature appears lifeless, as it doesn't exhibit any movement, but its skin, when zoomed in by the cameraman, looks quite damp. While a plausible explanation could be that it's a newborn mutated baby of some animal, the chances seem low as such intense mutations are rarely observed. As enchanting as sea life may seem, it can be quite harsh with predators like sharks and orcas present. This video vividly depicts the harsh realities of the ocean. It captures the lifeless body of a seal washed up on a Sydney beach. Sadly, this poor seal has a significant portion of its body missing, likely due to a shark bite, ultimately leading to its demise. Upon closer inspection in the video, bite marks on the seal's body resembling shark teeth become evident, evoking a sense of sadness for the camera persons.
That's a bite mark, isn't it? You can see the teeth.
Now, the question arises, why would the shark attack the seal if it didn't intend to eat it? To me, it seems like the seal was initially attacked by the shark, managed to escape but succumbed to its injuries and eventually washed up on the beach. Having security cameras installed at home usually provides a sense of safety, but occasionally, they can capture scenes that evoke the opposite feeling. In this 2019 video from a house's security camera, the backyard of the house initially appears normal. However, something catches the eye in the background, a being moving in a peculiar way. This creature has long hands, tiny legs, and uses its hands for walking. It doesn't resemble any known animal or human, leaving viewers puzzled. Some viewers suggest it could be the rake or a skinwalker due to its appearance, but I doubt that. The rake and skinwalker typically move on all fours like animals, so my guess is that this might be a nightcrawler, known for their slightly elongated arms. Our forests are full of mysterious creatures, and this Canadian video adds to the sightings. The footage captures a distant view of the Canadian woods, revealing a strange humanoid creature crouching within. It remains in a crouched position, potentially waiting for something or someone to pass by, hinting at a possible intention to attack. The creature's long arms give it an intimidating appearance, and at times it seems to be signaling someone to either follow or stay low. It's conceivable that this creature is part of a group, possibly gathered for hunting. As the cameraman continues recording, he pans the camera toward a cyclist approaching the figure. When he turns the camera back to the creature, it mysteriously disappears, and the video concludes. Upon zooming in, the creature's strange body texture and a lizard-like head become apparent. Based on these features, to me, this creature looks like it could be a lizard man. Ever seen those alien-like worms from movies? This video brings you footage of something similar. Recorded by a villager after rain, it shows a worm in the mud, initially appearing normal. The creature undergoes a transformation when touched by the villager. Root-like webs start growing from its body, expanding rapidly. These web-like structures emerge as a defensive mechanism, triggered when the worm feels threatened. Despite its terrifying appearance, this worm isn't an extraterrestrial invader, but a creature that has existed on our planet for a long time. Belonging to the Nemertea phylum, it's known as the ribbon worm. The ribbon worm uses its web for both capturing prey and as a defense mechanism. So viewers, there's no need to rush to your bunkers. This creature is not an alien. A Reddit user uploaded a video claiming to have captured footage of a cryptid in an abandoned house. In the shared footage, the explorers are seen navigating the abandoned house, but the front door is locked. Undeterred, the curious cameraman spots a small opening at the top of the door and inserts his camera to record the interior. The camera captures a dark hallway, and at the end of it, a figure with glowing eyes is standing, staring back at the camera. The cameraman, focused on extending his hand to get a better shot, remains unaware of the creature. The mysterious figure continues to stare for a while before suddenly charging towards the camera. Unknowingly, the man recording pulls out his camera just as the creature is about to attack. In the video, viewers can even catch a glimpse of the creature's claw as the explorer retrieves the camera. While it's challenging to discern details due to the darkness, it's clear that whatever this creature was, its sudden charge suggests that its motives were anything but innocent. Have you ever seen those sci-fi movies where enormous space squids soar through the sky, causing terror? Well, there's a video circulating that seems to capture a real-life version of that scenario. Taken from a plane, the footage shows something massive and squid-like in the distance, resembling a giant squid with its upper body and long tentacles. At one point, it even looks like two separate creatures as it turns. The body appears to thin out, and then the video abruptly ends. Upon closer examination, some speculate that it could be contrails from a plane. However, there's no visible aircraft nearby, and if it were contrails, they should have dissipated after a few minutes when the plane moved on. Another suggestion is that it might be a custom-designed squid-shaped kite, but its size makes it improbable to fly in such high altitudes and strong winds. If it isn't one of these explanations, some are entertaining the idea that it could be an unknown alien creature. This video originates from Texas and was shared by a ranch owner who claims to have captured footage of Bigfoot. While taking his morning stroll near a forest lake, the rancher noticed a humanoid figure in the distance. Initially thinking it was a person, he called out, but received no response. The figure remained stationary, prompting the rancher to start recording. The humanoid figure stood there, seemingly doing nothing. The rancher, puzzled by its identity, speculated that it could be Bigfoot. In terms of appearance, the creature seemed quite humanoid, with thick black fur resembling the descriptions of Bigfoot sightings. However, I'm a bit skeptical about it being an actual Bigfoot, because the size of its legs looked more human, and its posture was also quite human-like. So I suspect it might be someone wearing a Bigfoot costume either for a prank or to create an interesting video.
Is that Bigfoot? I can't zoom in any further with this mode.
Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure. But if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are two passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa! What was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? Imagine you're hiking peacefully through a forest, and suddenly you stumble upon a bizarre sight. A massive heap of what seems to be animal carcasses. Yep, that's what this video is all about. Recorded by a curious hiker, it shows a bunch of stuff that sure looks like the remains of animals scattered around. There are ribcage bones and other bits and bobs that make you wonder what in the world happened here. What kind of creature is behind this? It's a bit eerie, no doubt. The hiker in the video is just as puzzled as you might be. The big question is, why are these things here? Some viewers are saying they might be leaves from some exotic tree, just lying around drying out. Also, there are no skulls or anything like that can be spotted in the pile. So I am leaning towards the idea that they're probably just some peculiar tree leaves. However, no matter how you try to rationalize it, it's still pretty creepy. If I stumbled upon something like that during a hike, I might just keel over from the shock. Home security cameras are usually installed to provide a sense of security, assuring us that someone is keeping an eye out. However, when these cameras capture unsettling scenes, they can quickly transform into a source of fear and distress. In a recent video from a home security camera, the backyard of a house is under surveillance. Right from the beginning, a tall, black humanoid figure is seen passing through the yard. The figure possesses an unusually tall body frame, with remarkably long legs. While some viewers might speculate that it's a human dressed in black overalls, the length of the creature's legs raises doubts about its human origin. What adds to the eerie vibe is the apparent avoidance of the camera. As the figure moves, it deliberately glances at the camera, suggesting an awareness of its surveillance. This behavior fuels speculation about potentially sinister and dark motives. This video, shared on Facebook by a user claiming to capture an alien phenomenon, certainly gives off an otherworldly vibe. Upon watching, it appears to show a peculiar flock of birds, forming an unusual shape in the sky. The flock looks dense and saturated, reminiscent of scenes from a horror movie. However, the reality is less extraterrestrial and more a natural phenomenon known as murmuration. What may seem like an alien display is, in fact, a gathering of thousands of starlings engaging in murmuration. During murmuration, these birds create breathtaking shapes in the sky, sometimes resulting in formations that can be quite eerie. Murmuration involves thousands of birds coming together in flight to craft intricate patterns overhead. However, for a child witnessing such a spectacle forming above their home, it's understandable that it might evoke fear and apprehension, perhaps even giving the impression of an apocalyptic event. It's not uncommon for forest trails at night to be the setting for eerie encounters, and this video from India adds another layer to these mysterious tales. As the car travels along a desolate forest trail, the occupants become uneasy after spotting something in the distance. A debate ensues among them, weighing the options of proceeding or turning back. Eventually, they decide to continue, and as they accelerate, the cause of their distress becomes apparent. A tall figure, dressed in white, standing on the trail. The figure, resembling a person draped in a white bedsheet, adds to the suspense due to its height. While there's a possibility that this could be a staged event or prank with someone wearing a white cloth, the genuine fear in the passengers' voices suggests otherwise. The intensity of their argument about whether to approach or retreat indicates a level of authenticity. This video, captured by a security camera in Florida, shows a rather eerie scene. It unfolds at night, displaying a calm driveway. However, after a while, a figure materializes across the road. This figure takes on the appearance of a humanoid spirit and casually proceeds to cross the road. Once it completes the crossing, the figure mysteriously disappears into thin air, bringing the video to an end. The figure appears transparent and gives the impression of forming and vanishing out of nowhere. While some might attribute it to camera malfunctions or airborne particles like dust, the consistency of the humanoid shape as it crosses the road raises questions. Interpreting such occurrences can be subjective. Some may lean towards the idea of a spirit, while others like me might find it unsettling and opt for alternative explanations. This video is quite old and was circulating on Facebook, claiming to have captured the sight of a really strange creature in the woods. In the video, we see a guy sitting in a chair, and it seems to be a camping trip as two more persons come into the camera frame, and a camp is set up beside them. They are talking about something and suddenly hear a weird growl of some creature coming from the woods.
More like it. What was that, Rambo? I'm gonna catch that. You hear that?
This noise startles them a bit, but they laugh it off as a joke. However, they hear this noise again, and this time they also see the source of it sitting on the top of their trailer.
You guys are...
As they spot this creature, they all start running away in fear. This creature looks like a mix of a monkey and a lemur, but is quite strange. Its head was quite big, and its body proportions were quite different from anything we know. Also, while most of us might think it's computer generated, it has been reviewed by debunking experts, and they all seem to conclude that there wasn't any kind of computer generation involved in this. In this captivating video, a man is filming in the dense woods of the Georgia mountains. As he explores, he unexpectedly comes across a large, brown, hairy creature walking on two legs, reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot. The creature moves calmly and seemingly unaware of being filmed, navigating through the trees with a sense of purpose. The video offers a few seconds of zoomed-in footage. The resemblance to Bigfoot is striking, raising questions and excitement about the possibility of an actual sighting. In my personal opinion, seeing a video like this, especially if you often walk in the woods, can be quite unsettling. The thought of coming across a creature like Bigfoot, even if just a remote possibility, adds a sense of unease and mystery to any forest adventure. In this surveillance video, we witness a scene on a sidewalk during the late evening or night. The footage shows a man walking, with another man trailing a few meters behind. The setting is quiet, the street dimly lit. Suddenly, the man in front stops, and at that precise moment, the man behind him reaches out and touches his shoulder, prompting him to turn around. This simple act of intervention miraculously saves him from being hit by what seems to be a truck's back door, swinging open unexpectedly. What makes the video truly intriguing is what happens next. The man who did the saving disappears just as suddenly as he appeared. It's as if he had some foreknowledge of the impending danger, although there's no clear way he could have seen it coming. This video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially considering the mysterious disappearance of the man who intervened. It's as if he was there at the right moment for just the right reason, and then vanished into thin air. Do you believe in such coincidences? In this intriguing video, a woman is filming her family's shooting practice in a wooded area in the mountains. Her child and husband are aiming at bottles, creating a typical outdoor recreational scene. Above them, the distinct sound of a helicopter circling can be heard, adding a layer of curiosity to the setting.
Try!
You got it!
You gonna try the shotgun?
It's unclear what the helicopter is searching for, but its presence suggests something out of the ordinary. As the family continues their activity, the camera captures something unexpected in a snowy area a bit further from them. A large brown hairy creature is seen darting from one tree to another, seemingly trying to hide. Its appearance and movements closely resemble those commonly associated with Bigfoot. Watching this video, I can't help but feel a sense of unease, wondering about the true nature of the creature and why the helicopter was in the area. In this nighttime surveillance video, we first see the exterior of a house where a bear unexpectedly approaches, getting alarmingly close. The scene then shifts to an interior camera, showing a man asleep on the couch. He is suddenly awakened by a noise, the sound of the bear opening the door. Startled, the man stays put, trying to make sense of the situation. The bear, displaying unusual boldness, enters the house a second time, this time sticking only its head through the now open door. At this moment, the man realizes what's happening. He springs into action, turns on the lights, and bravely confronts the bear. Through his efforts, he eventually manages to persuade the bear to leave. This encounter is both bizarre and unsettling. Bears are known to venture close to human habitats, but entering a house is particularly audacious. In this video, a man is filming an expedition inside a dense jungle with a group of companions. One of them, positioned ahead, is preparing to cut something from a tree. Suddenly, without any warning, a gorilla bursts out from behind the tree, startling everyone in the group. The gorilla stands its ground, appearing as if it's ready to attack, creating a tense and frightening moment. The surprise appearance of the gorilla and its imposing stance understandably scare the men. Gorillas, while generally not aggressive, are incredibly powerful animals and can be unpredictable, especially when they feel their territory is being invaded or threatened. This encounter shows the importance of being cautious and respectful when venturing into such areas. This video, captured by a surveillance camera outside a house at night, shows a mysterious scene. The camera records a figure that appears to be a young woman in a white dress, walking from the corner of the house and heading out of the courtyard. What's particularly intriguing about this figure is its slightly translucent appearance, yet it remains quite visible in the camera's night vision. The image of the woman-like figure, especially her translucent nature, lends an eerie quality to the footage. It raises questions about whether it could be something supernatural or just a trick of the light or camera. For me, seeing something like this on a surveillance video can be quite unsettling, especially at night. This video, captured by a surveillance camera in a child's room at night, reveals an eerie occurrence. We can see a baby sitting awake in the crib. Suddenly, on the other side of the room, a humanoid, translucent figure appears and crosses the space. The figure's ghostly appearance and the way it moves through the room provoke questions about its nature. Is it a ghost? Or could it be a simple glitch in the camera's recording? The image of this translucent figure in a child's room at night is particularly unsettling. The idea that it could be a ghost stirs up feelings of fear and curiosity, especially in such a vulnerable setting. While it's possible that this could be a camera malfunction or an optical illusion, the idea of a ghostly presence can't be easily shaken off. Such footage leaves a lingering sense of unease and wonder about the unexplained phenomena that sometimes occur around us. In this video, a woman in Peru captures a mysterious sight on her camera, zooming in on a mountain's peak. The image is somewhat unclear due to the zoom, but she manages to film several silhouettes atop the mountain. Initially, these figures could be mistaken for humans, but as one of them stands, it becomes evident that they are extraordinarily tall, almost gigantic in stature. The woman filming seems genuinely frightened by these towering figures, but continues to record. The video then splits into two parallel screens, with one side labeling the figures as aliens. One silhouette, particularly slender and towering, stands out prominently on a rock, adding to the mystery. This footage, especially with the suggestion of aliens, leaves a sense of wonder and unease. The height and build of these figures are unlike any typical human, raising questions about their true nature. Were they humans, giants, or something else? In this video, a man in a forest captures a peculiar sight. He zooms in on a strange figure nestled between tree branches. The figure appears black, possibly hairy, with two distinct yellow eyes, and an unnerving smile. The entire video is centered on this enigmatic creature. Throughout the footage, the figure remains eerily stationary, not altering its position, which adds to the unsettling nature of the video. The close-up shot makes it difficult to determine whether this is an animal or something else entirely. The static nature of the figure, coupled with its striking features, creates a sense of unease and mystery. This video leaves a lingering, unsettling feeling, primarily due to the creature's steady, unblinking gaze and peculiar smile. In this gripping video, we follow the perspective of a police officer on a mission in a dark house, accompanied by a colleague. They use flashlights to navigate the dim environment. As they cautiously descend the stairs, a sudden noise, like something falling from a nearby room, startles them.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Right now! King 1, did you copy that?
Upon investigating, they find nothing out of the ordinary at first. However, the tension escalates when they enter a room and initially see nothing. But then, chillingly, the figure of a young girl with her face obscured by black hair emerges. The policeman yells for the girl to get on the ground, but what happens next is truly terrifying. In an instant, the girl appears right in front of the policeman and attacks him. Her movements and behavior are far from normal, suggesting something supernatural, more akin to a ghost than a human. This video leaves an unsettling impression. The sudden, inexplicable attack by the girl, who seemed to move supernaturally fast, adds a layer of horror to the situation. Nature exhibits a fascinating array of shapes and sizes, capturing our attention with its wonders. Recently, a video showcasing a little-known green hairy worm has left viewers intrigued. In the footage, we observe a worm with an elongated hairy body navigating through water, sporting a peculiar face adorned with multiple eyes and a mouth. What catches the eye is a sharp object emerging from its mouth, resembling a creature's tongue. The video, showcasing the unsettling appearance of this creature, has gained attention on social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube. The green hair on the worm seems to serve as a natural camouflage, potentially aiding in its hunting and defense strategies. Despite these observations, this creature remains shrouded in mystery. If you happen to have any information about it, we invite you to share your insights in the comments below. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in. From skinwalkers crawling in the middle of nowhere, to demons spotted in the darkness, and even creepy girls wandering on the roadsides, let's get ready to dive into the world of mystery and darkness, and explore every creepy happening one by one. Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something like that happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman walking all alone by the side of a remote road with no light. As he stopped to ask if she needs help, she only made a terrifying sound.
Excuse me, you need help? What the?
I have to admire the courage of the man to stop and ask her if she is okay, and to keep his cool even when the encounter turned even creepier. But what was really up with that woman? Was she a ghost or a crazy woman? What do you think? This man took his kids out for a nice day in the woods, but what he did not know was that their day was about to turn from good to worse in a second. As he watches and records his kids playing, he starts noticing something weird. There weren't just his two kids, but someone else too. As the creepy short creature with a big head moves towards the children, not just the dad, but the kids also get scared, so they run towards their father who keeps shouting at them. The video lasted for a few seconds, but that must be the most terrifying seconds of the guy's life for sure. Was it an alien? A ghost? For me, it looks like some kind of a prank as well, but still nothing could be said for sure. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation. As he moves towards the building with a flashlight on, a figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point, I would close the recording and head back home immediately. But instead, this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Recorded and uploaded by a guy a couple of years ago, this clip had not just him, but everyone who saw it confused. According to him, he and his friends were out hiking on the mountains when they spotted a man far away descending down the hill. They saw him and thought he must be some lone hiker. However, it took them a few moments to realize that what they were seeing might not be just a human. Was that the infamous Bigfoot? There is still a chance that it could be just a human on a solo adventure. But the whole situation looks weird. What do you think? This video was uploaded years ago, when a man claimed that he had captured a ghost on his camera. It was late at night that the guy went to the spot that was famous for being haunted. At first, he recorded the old tree, with nothing spooky to see there. But as the camera shifted towards the other side, we can see a figure standing nearby with glowing eyes. It looked like a human. However, the eyes and the way it stood still the entire time showed that it was no ordinary human being. According to the man, it was a ghost who had haunted the place for hundreds of years. To me, it does look like a ghost, and I am not sure why people decide to go to haunted places in the middle of the night. Don't they care for their own safety? Thunderstorms and rains can be soothing. However, things take a quick turn towards it being spooky, especially when something like this happens. During a storm, when dark clouds had covered the whole sky, some guys were capturing the moment on their camera when a weird symbol started appearing in the clouds. As the video was uploaded by the man, it gained different reactions, along with millions of views. To some, it was an alien spaceship hidden in the dark clouds, while to others, it looked like an apocalyptic sign. I am not sure what theory to lean towards. What do you think? This clip starts off with a woman screaming in horror, as if she had seen a demon or something. But then the video progresses, and we get to know exactly why. At first, she tries showing it on camera through the window, but that does not work, so she runs towards the door of her house to get a clear picture of what she was seeing. It looked like two glowing red eyes a little far from their home, as if a massive demon was standing in the dark looking towards them. Could this be a wild animal, curious or looking for a quick meal? Or can it be something more creepy stalking the family? As these two guys went up the snowy mountains for some fun, they had not expected that they would witness a sasquatch with their own eyes there. Covered completely in snow, it was impossible for any human to be there all alone. Even though neither the men nor us can see it clearly, the whole situation makes it look suspicious. Could this really be a Bigfoot sighting? At first, I was unsure, but considering the fact that it was literally in the middle of nowhere, I am starting to think that it might actually be the infamous Sasquatch. Humans have always been curious minds, but sometimes that curiosity leads them into situations that are too deadly and dangerous to come out of safely. This is exactly what happened here when a man decided to wander around in an abandoned area all alone and late at night. I have no idea what the man was expecting to see there, but he was definitely not prepared for this. A white figure is what his camera captured, half laying on the ground making the scariest noises. The question arises, what was it? A prank done by someone or a real encounter with a rake? With only this clip as source, nothing can be said for sure. The cyclist was enjoying his ride in the woods without a care in the world until he turned to his right and saw a massive bear following him. The sight was terrifying, but the cyclist somehow remained calm and pedaled to escape the pursuing predator. I know I told you that you can't outrun a bear, but apparently you can outpace it with a bike. Fortunately, he found a tree to hide behind, and just then gunfire erupted, scaring the bear away. The man was fortunate to escape the situation unharmed, as it is challenging for someone to get away safely when faced with a deadly and enormous predator. It must have been his lucky day, I guess. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. In an autumnal forest setting, where trees stand bare without leaves, a woman captures a curious sight on her camera. She's filming a large, black, hairy creature partially obscured behind the trees.
Hey y'all, this was sent to me and it's really creepy. I don't understand how something this big and dark can fit behind such a tiny tree. I don't
Its appearance closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. Throughout the video, the creature exhibits peculiar behavior. At one point, it attempts to conceal itself behind one of the slender trees. Strangely, as it does so, it seems to vanish, blending seamlessly into the woodland backdrop. The footage is intriguing, sparking questions about whether this could indeed be a sighting of the elusive Bigfoot. This is really interesting footage, but I wonder how come they were able to be so close to this creature and get out alive with the footage. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera at night, an extraordinary scene unfolds in front of a house. The camera records a peculiar creature moving at an incredibly fast pace. This creature stands out due to its unique appearance. It has 4 legs, a long body, and notably, appears to be hairless. Its form and speed are unlike any typical animal usually seen in residential areas. The fleeting nature of this sighting, coupled with the creature's unusual characteristics, raises questions about its identity. Could this be a rare, unidentified animal, or perhaps an unusual breed of a known species? Considering the creature's distinctive features and the blurry nighttime footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. What do you think about this? In this video, a woman is walking through the woods, possibly in search of her lost pet. As she films her surroundings, something unexpected catches her eye.
Oh my gosh!
She spots a large, black, hairy creature moving swiftly behind the trees. Its appearance and movement closely resemble what many would describe as Bigfoot. The suddenness of the creature's appearance and its quick disappearance behind the trees add an element of mystery and intrigue to the video. The woman's surprise is not all that enthusiastic. I would for sure be shivering if I spot something like this. But I lean more on this footage being fake. Someone in a costume ready to jump in front of their friend while filming. Do you agree? This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair, walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. In this intriguing video, people are filming from a bridge, capturing the serene scene of water below, illuminated by the lights reflecting from nearby restaurants. The atmosphere is calm until something unexpected and astonishing happens. From beneath the bridge emerges a massive, strange-looking creature crossing the water. It's notable for its unusual shape and a particularly elongated neck. Unlike any typical aquatic animal, the creature's appearance in the water is so unusual, and I am not sure what this is. It might be a seal that comes very close, and from the weird lighting, it makes it look like it has an elongated neck. Do you agree? In this video, a man ventures into the woods at night, his only source of light being a flashlight. The darkness adds a sense of mystery to his surroundings. As he walks, he films his journey, capturing the eerie quiet of the nocturnal forest. When he points his camera towards a tree, an unexpected sight appears. A humanoid creature, partially hidden behind the tree, seems to be watching him. Combining it with where they are and at what time makes it a truly nightmare story. Is it a person, perhaps another night wanderer, that tried to scare them with a costume? Or something more mysterious and unexplained? Could it be the rake, considering making these guys one of its snacks? In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them, something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? Captured by a surveillance camera, we see a man diligently working in a room with a table holding several jars. Unexpectedly, while the man is focused on his task, one of the jars begins to move on its own, eventually falling off the table as though it was pushed by an unseen force. Startled, the man turns to find the jar's contents spilled on the floor. He quickly calls someone over, possibly a colleague, to show them what happened. There appears to be a brief, animated discussion, perhaps about the cause of the incident. The man then returns with a mop to clean up the mess. In another surprising turn, as he's cleaning, another jar starts to move. This time, he notices in time and manages to prevent it from falling. Could this be the work of a mischievous ghost? But why would it be in such a factory? This video, captured by a surveillance camera at the docks during the night, shows a chilling scene. One man is engaged in a phone conversation while another stands nearby. Suddenly, the man on the phone is violently dragged into the water by an unseen force. The nearby man rushes to help, but, overwhelmed by fear, he retreats and runs away. After a tense moment, the man returns cautiously to the dock to check if the creature, or whatever pulled the other man into the water, is still there. As he's observing, the situation takes another unexpected turn. The man who was dragged into the water is thrown back onto the dock. What exactly was that? In this video, a farmer is filming his routine visit to check on his bees when he encounters an unexpected sight. Behind a bush, he finds a black goat, an animal he doesn't own and isn't supposed to be on his property. The farmer notes something odd about the goat. Its appearance seems unusual, not like a typical goat. As he films, the farmer ponders the oddity of this encounter. The goat's strange look and its sudden appearance in his farm stir a sense of mystery. In folklore, black goats have been associated with superstitions and even myths about the devil. Could this be it? This terrifying clip was recorded somewhere in India when a group of men in a car spotted something nearby in the bushes and decided to stop and capture it on the camera. At first, everything seems pretty normal. But then just after a second, a head appears from behind the bushes, and we can clearly see that it was a wild animal waiting to pounce upon the first thing that passes closer by it. Not long after, a bike with 2 men on it happened to pass by with a closer distance, and the tiger, which was hiding, saw it as the best opportunity and attacked. Luckily, however, the tiger couldn't get to even touch them, and it kept running and went into the darkness again. Roads and highways like these have always been dangerous, especially at night when it gets hard to spot the danger nearby. Therefore, we all need to be very careful, at least when passing by these places. Recorded somewhere in Utah, this clip shows something that shocked every person who saw it. As they were on their way home, they spotted a huge being roaming around somewhat closer to where they were. So the person stopped the car and recorded the whole unusual scene on camera. If we talk about it, we can see that not only were the arms way too long to be a human being, but the head appeared to be sitting very low on the shoulders, as in, it was a very short neck or forward sitting head. Also, the head appeared small compared to the torso. This is commonly reported about the creatures known as sasquatch, also noted high knee bend, when it is more profiled to the camera. So yes, it has all the characteristics of a sasquatch. Size, coloration, stride, long arm swing. But truth be told, I cannot really tell. The video surely does not appear to be edited or altered. So yes, there is a bit of a chance that it might actually be real. This video was captured by someone who went into the deep, dark woods right in the middle of the night, and the reason behind them deciding to do so still remains unknown. Why would a person decide to roam into the dangerous wild specifically at the time when it is most dangerous and deadly? Upon wandering around a little, the man discovered something that surely sent shivers down his spine. Right above the tree were two glowing eyes staring right into the man's soul. The eyes were there for a few seconds before disappearing behind the tree, leaving the man shocked and eager to leave as soon as he could. Ask me, and I'd say it was a stupid thing to go there all alone because we can never know what lurks in the darkness there. And to me, the eyes look very real, though they could easily just belong to a wild animal glowing due to the flashlight. Just like the man in the previous clip, this one is also venturing around in the forest, right in the middle of the night. With a flashlight on and a camera recording, he looks here and there as if looking for something. And his quest for the unknown comes to the very end, when he sees a woman in a white dress walking right in the middle of the path he was on. The scene was terrifying enough to even make a grown man scared. The woman appeared to be a little distance away and was walking away from the man, or maybe even floating away from the man, because the motion did not look like someone walking to me. Her dress and her whole self were more transparent, which gave the man an idea that it definitely being a ghost. Even though the video ended right there, let's just think that he decided to run as fast as he could. For me, it could easily be CG, created to scare the people on the internet. But if it isn't, then God save us all. A man mounted on a tree stand looking for some bears or deer nearby recorded a sight he had never imagined. At first, it just looked like a shadow moving behind the woods, and the man thought it must be a bear. So he kept his focus on the thing and waited for it to come out into a more clear area. But as the creature kept moving, the man could see that unlike a bear, the creature was walking on two legs, just like a human would. Seconds into recording it, the man became sure that it was not a usual wild animal that he had just spotted. So after the creature was gone, the man rushed to his home and uploaded the clip on YouTube, where of course the first response he got was of the creature being a Bigfoot. From where I am seeing, it does look like a Bigfoot and closely resembles the characteristics. Unless and until it was someone with a costume on. A young girl was out on a drive with her mother and was busy recording the sunset that she found really pretty. However, seconds into the recording, she spotted something that shocked her, and she couldn't help asking her mother what exactly it was that she just spotted.
What was that?
For a second, from the bushes emerged a dark figure, and it looked as if it was trying to move around or maybe trying to follow them. Thankfully, the mother did not stop the car and kept driving because it could have been a dangerous situation if she had stopped the car, where many people claim it to be a Bigfoot hiding in the bushes. For me, it could easily be a creepy man dressed in dark clothes with dangerous intentions. Going out in the wild in a car can be so fun until you encounter something that looked like it is straight out to some Jurassic Park movie. These men were out on an adventure when, at first, they saw several obstacles in the form of tree branches placed on the road to block the way, but the men did not pay much attention and kept moving on until one of them accidentally recorded a creature running in the wild pretty close to them and in the same direction they were headed. It looked like the creature was trying to catch up to their speed, and maybe then it planned to attack. The video stops there, but according to the men, they turned around and came back as soon as they could. Now, the area being completely remote, it is hard for a human to be there, and considering the appearance, it looked exactly like a Bigfoot. But was it real? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. A group of men in Texas have dedicated their whole lives to the sole purpose of proving that Bigfoots are real. They venture into the woods, setting up cameras and collecting as much proof as they can. A couple of months ago, when they thought they had enough proof, they held a press conference and decided to tell the whole world that what we all think of as belonging to mythical stories is actually the truth. That Bigfoot is as real as us humans and other animals. They recorded a clip from a night vision camera, and it can be seen walking around in the woods. And this wasn't all. They even had a clip which they claimed to be of a sleeping Bigfoot right in the middle of the woods during daytime. According to them, Bigfoots are shy creatures, therefore we don't get to see them often. But that does not mean they are not real. Personally, with so much proof, there is a chance that these men might be right. But there is always a doubt, you know. What if those are all fake? This clip was recorded by two friends who were coming back from their mission of collecting some wood logs and were recording themselves carrying all that weight. As the man opened the front camera, intending to record himself and the friend walking behind him, that's when we see a weird creature quickly walking right behind them. It crossed the path and disappeared into the trees, leaving the guy shocked, unable to believe what he had just witnessed. By the appearance, the creature did not look like it was a human. It had dark black skin and was walking very quickly and in a weird manner. According to the men, they had never seen anything like that in the area ever before. But to me, it just looks like a kid with costume on trying to play a prank on them. In an eerie forest, an unsettling video captured the elusive Bigfoot almost running towards somewhere, as if trying to run away from the eyes of humans or from some other danger unknown to us. Its form, almost humanoid yet unlike a human at the same time, had massive hands and feet that dwarfed any human. Mysterious and enigmatic, this creature defied easy classification, sending shivers down the spine. With swift, almost ghostly speed, it moved through the trees and the bushes, leaving an unsettling sense of awe and fear in its wake. The encounter left everyone on YouTube questioning the unknown and the chilling possibility of creatures that exist beyond our comprehension. Truth be told, even though many say that it could be a Bigfoot, for me, it could easily be a human which appears to be like this because of the camera being too far from him. When a man went for a hunting spree in the woods in the middle of the night, he had no idea about what was coming next. Minutes walking into the darkness, he saw something creepy right in front of him. A pair of large glowing eyes were staring right at him from a distance. The man, though scared, continued to record what was happening. According to him, the area was remote, and only goes downhill from the spot he was standing on. Therefore, whoever was there staring at him must be really huge to be that visible from that distance. After waiting for a minute, the man decided to shoot in that direction, which made the creature run out of fear.
What do we do? Oh.
And that's when we got a little glimpse of it. But even after zooming it, slowing it down, and stabilizing it, I cannot make out what the creature looked like. It was too dark, and the creature was too fast to be properly captured on the camera. So, I cannot exactly say what it was. Could be an animal or could be something else too. I've found this image online, with the user claiming they have captured this on trail camera. It is no question what the first thought anyone would have. That is the face of the legendary Bigfoot. Its face fully covered in brown hair, a large nose, perhaps for a body just as big. On the other hand, its eyes seem to convey also a gentleness. Could this image be real or fake? Is it the real face of the legendary creature? A large and ominous-looking predator emerges from the right into the camera frame. Moving almost too quickly to focus on it, disappears in seconds from view. A chance encounter of a lifetime occurs when this person captures what appears to be a creature of legend known as the Almasty or Snowman of the Caucasus. This cousin to Bigfoot and the Yeti is believed to roam the Caucasian wilds. Approximately 6 feet tall with red or black fur, the creature is believed to have slanted eyes that glow red in the dark. In a strange bounding leaping gait, it proceeds to tear through the forest as if in pursuit of something we cannot see. The cameraman manages to capture a clear glimpse of it just before it disappears. These mysterious beasts can move at 37 miles per hour and resemble something between an ape and a Neanderthal. Watch as the creature almost jumps from one step to another. Had this unsuspecting voyeur been spotted, it would be unlikely that they'd manage to escape at the pace the creature is able to pursue its prey. A man films a live video of himself walking around a seemingly deserted ship deck at night. No sooner has he started filming when his eyes grow wide with surprise. He turns the phone camera to the water, and it takes a moment to realize that we aren't seeing something but hearing it. At first, it sounds like the wail of a child in the distance, but with every repeated sound, it becomes something far more abstract and eerie.
I hear him. Where's he at? What the fuck is that noise?
He breaks into a run, moving to the hull of the ship to get closer to the sound. This time, a distinct series of calls are heard coming from the darkness beyond. Something or someone throws its voice as if responding to him.
That's crazy.
Later, he posts a replay of his live video, calling out to the voice. A clear response is heard from the distance as he balances precariously to get as close to the sound as possible.
Can you hear me? Yo, that shit was instantaneous, bro. Oh, I gotta watch my step out here, man.
Listen to its distinct call, just a second before he calls out again to it.
Where are you? Oh, that's over here. Wait, no, now it's there.
The voice appears to be coming from two places at once. What is this strange call? There does not appear to be another boat in close proximity. Could it be a ghost from some long, forgotten shipwreck? Or the mythical mermaid, like sirens who lured sailors with their haunting song, only to have them drown when their boats capsized on the rocks? At 3:30 in the morning, a young girl is caught on the Ring camera, gingerly pressing the doorbell. She seems agitated and nervously glances out at the dark from where she's just come from. She pauses briefly before running off into the dark. Is someone chasing her? Where is her family? It is unclear what has happened. But there is a sinister feeling about the footage. An unconfirmed report suggests that the child is being used as bait for her criminal father, and that seconds after the door was indeed opened, the witness stated that she immediately ran into the house, and seconds later, after they'd only just managed to shut the door, a man with a gun came charging up to the door. Some viewers claim to see a shadowy figure behind her. For now, we are left to wonder what terrible circumstances brought this young child to a stranger's door in the early hours of the morning. Uploaded on TikTok, this clip had everyone confused. For some, what this man had recorded was just a dog or a wolf, but for others, it was a cryptid creature. It is dark, so it gets difficult to make out what is happening. But from what I can see, it looks like a creature taking a stroll near the trees. There is a big chance that it could just be a wolf. However, the figure does look a bit humanoid, don't you think? For more strange footage, check this out.